on any other event, this fight, Rich, would seriously be top billing, wouldn't it? I mean, the quality of this card, and obviously we all know the main event, but on the undercard we got some bouts that, as I said, would top most other cards easily. And for me, this is one of them. So you'll know both guys. Can we have Tom Flynn and Joe Howard up, please? Tom and Joe, what a bout this is going to be.
Yes, yeah. Joe. Okay, so like Malcolm said, just want to echo this. This is a great fight. This is actually, I mentioned earlier, super middleweight. Actually, Tommy won my super middleweight prize fighter. It was back in April, wasn't it, Tommy? Where he fought twice in one night and boxed very well and come away with the money. And he's then gone on and fought elsewhere. He's picked up the DKM champion in London. Tommy boxes a school kid here in Swindon and Walcott and won amateur titles. So he's got good pedigree. And then obviously left the sport for a while. He's, like I said, he's come back, hasn't lost a fight. The only blip you've had is a draw, is that right? But he took the fight and he was ill. He shouldn't have been in the ring, but he's the sort of man he doesn't want to back out. But anyway, we're here. He knows what he's up against. More locally, Joe is a multiple champion. Joe, when I started doing the shows years ago, I had novice titles. And Joe actually at one stage was the middleweight and light heavyweight novice champion, and he's gone on and evolved and become a champion elsewhere. And I think even on if you want to bet on Steve's show, you're not. Look at that, eh? But so maybe that could be something he's looking at. But he's definitely got titles elsewhere, and this is for me. They're both good men. They both take their training very seriously, not just once or twice a week. They're training all the time, and this is a good fight.
So Tom, as we said, and everybody can see this on paper, this would be a worthy main event. How are you feeling about this one? Because, as you said, you've come back unbeaten. This one's really going to be looked at. Does that get you psyched?
Yeah, I'm excited about it. To be honest, like some of the bouts that I've had more recently, I struggle to get excited about them. But yeah, I'm definitely putting in the work for this one. I'm buzzing. The
thing that excites us is knowing the two of you and having commentated on you both and watched you both. I don't think either of you will be having to look for the other. Are you prepared? I think this one's going, we could say, into the trenches. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a bit of a war. Yeah.
And training-wise, you're ready. As you said, you took about ill. Are you peaked this time?
Oh yeah, I know I'll be peaked this time. It's nice that I'm fighting a little bit heavier this time. Like 76, 78. It's a little bit too light for me, really. I was fighting a bit weak, but we're at 80, aren't we? Yeah, fighting at 80. That's me at my prime.
Great stuff. So if I can come to you, Joe, I mean, as Rich was saying earlier, it's not unfair to say you're on a bit of a roll at the moment. Everything's going right for you. You're also coaching as well. Does that put added pressure on? Because people you train are going to be watching you box. Does that come into your mind? Or is it always just about the bout?
No, I just focus on myself, really. Being a coach is good because obviously you coach and train your own sparring partners and stuff, and it makes you train harder. But once I'm in there, I only focus on myself and what I need to do. Because if you start thinking elsewhere, that's when you start making mistakes.
Now, as we mentioned, when we talk about bills, your opponent across the way here, Tom, his pedigree is good as well. He's on a roll as well. We've got sort of like the immovable object against the unstoppable force. Do you think about who your opponent is, or do you just focus on what you're doing? Because obviously it's not hard to see how well Tom's doing at the moment.
Yeah, I've had a look at Tom. He is good. Yeah, I've got to give him every bit of credit for that. He is really good. But obviously I wouldn't be in the fight if I wasn't confident in my own ability. Obviously it'll go wherever way it goes on the night, but I'll go in there and do what I do best. And I'm on a bit of a roll, but we'll soon see what's happening.
And Rich, if I can bring you on this, one thing you and I discussed beforehand with these two men, the only reason they're not top of the bill is because of these two men. What about if with the winner of this surely has a shout against the winner of that bout? It's the same weight category. This could be a real step. These two men, for me, are on the cusp. This bout is between, it's a fantastic bout, but surely the winner of this must be knocking on Craig or Callum's door.
Definitely. I mean, I don't think many people are going to want to put, I'm not talking about these two, but many boxers in general. I mean, people locally just don't want to fight Craig. Obviously, you know, Callum is come forward. I know other people have made comments they want to do it, but listen, actions speak louder than words, and that's it. But with these two, me personally, I would expect whoever wins this fight to be looking at these two, because weight-wise, it works. But I can't control what these two are thinking. You know, maybe that's a question for them both.
Well, let's ask it, Tom.
Yeah, I take it. I fight who coach tells me to fight. Like, I don't get no say in it. If he makes the bout, I go in.
And Joe, as I said, for us, it is a natural step. How do you feel about that?
I just concentrate on what I got at the minute, but obviously if I get past it, I'll get past it, and if that's the next one, that's the next one, isn't it? I'm not going to go out my way for it.
That's a nice, honest response, yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, as I said, we've got a remarkable top of the bill, but make sure you're here for this bout as well, because we have got two quality boxers in this ring, and I can't wait to commentate on this one. Guys, I wish you all the best, but I just believe this one's going to be fireworks.
Get over close.